Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Winning Hand Podcast. Told y'all I wouldn't be away for too long, but I didn't want to do it last week because last week PlayStation 5 came out. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not gonna be a long one today. I'm kind of tired. All rainy and shit where I'm at. You know what I mean? But I do have some things I want to discuss, but I won't keep him be too long. You know what I mean? First of all, I really was supposed to do one last week, but I got sick as fuck. I'm talking about sick as fuck, son. I was sick for like a week and a half at least. And y'all could tell my voice is not completely back yet. That shit was crazy. And you know what's really fucked up? I thought I had COVID, right? So I went and got tested. Turns out I don't have COVID. I just have whatever the fuck else is out there. I don't know if I'm lucky or is that bad. You know what I mean? What's up, Iron Fist? I don't know if it was lucky or unlucky to get like really fucked up for like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But not have COVID. I was off work for like 4 or 5 days. But I'm not here to talk about that. So I wanted to do a quick, summary of how the PS5 has been for me. Of course, this is only my experience. If y'all want to know what PS5 is really like, I suggest you buy your own shit or listen to a bunch of motherfuckers and come up with your own opinion. This is my thoughts and views on it, right? Some things that I like may not be what y'all like, and something I hate might not matter to some of y'all. But I just see things the way they are, so I just want to, talk about the PS5, and then I want to ramble on about some other subjects. But I want to discuss this as sincerely as I can. You know what I mean? So let's start with the PS5. Um, I think as a console, it's a 9 out of 10, but there is some issues with it, and some issues are becoming more annoying as I play. Well, not as I play, but as I just use the PlayStation 5, right? What's up, Akuma? You know what I mean? It's like there's a couple of things that that I don't like about the PS5. Like, and some of it I'm sure I will get over time, and some of it I'm sure either they will fix or I'm just gonna be annoyed by it over time, right? First things first, let's do negatives out the way. So because there's a lot more positive than there is negative, so we can get the negatives out the way. First negative is I hate the motherfucking UI. I hate it. I hate that motherfucker to death. See, the way I see it, like I told y'all before, is the way I think console generation work is I expect the console that we're moving into, which we are in now, to be better than the one previous to it. You know what I mean? So everything about it has to be better. Otherwise, it's a fail. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't do something the one before it does, it's a fail. That's just the way I see it. It just makes sense that way to me. That's the easiest way I could tell if a next generation console is worth it or not, right? Biggest problem I have was with the UI. I think the PlayStation 4 UI was perfect, right? I think it's fucking perfect. It's just very straightforward. Everything just right there. You know what I mean? You just go straight to the game. You get out the game. You close the game. Like, whatever you need to do, you could do that very quick with a couple of buttons. Like with PlayStation 5, like I still don't really understand how to pull up that home bar. Like I don't understand. Do you hold the PlayStation button or do you double tap it or like whatever? Because it doesn't feel like it's registering what I'm trying to do. Like I still don't understand. Like how do you open up that, right? And if y'all haven't, like whichever one of y'all haven't got a PlayStation 5 yet, y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about. But the UI is like really not well put together, in my opinion. Like the PlayStation 4 version was much smoother, and I'm sure they can work on that over time, right? They can streamline it over time and get shit, through patches and stuff. It'll get better, hopefully. I mean, I don't really know. They could make it worse, but as of right now, I'm not digging the UI. Certain things is better, certain things is worse. I'm not sure. Like, it's not that big of a deal to where, it would fuck up my experience with it, but it's enough to be annoying, right? And it's annoying over time. Like, for instance, like I told y'all before, I can't figure out the home bar button like that. Like, do I hold it? Do I double click it? Because my PlayStation, maybe it's my PlayStation, maybe it's like faulty on that, right? The one good news I have about my PlayStation is I don't know how rampant there is about like PlayStation 5s having like crazy issues or minor issues, but I have not had any. So I can't really even speak on that. I know there is people out there with issues. There's gotta be. They're launched fucking consoles. They're brand new consoles to the market. There's no way it wouldn't be something wrong. You feel me? Just a tap? Alright. Here's the problem though. Sometimes when I do just a tap, it doesn't do that. It's weird. Like sometimes when I do just a tap, nothing happens. It works like 3/4 of the time. So I don't know if I'm like clicking it hard enough or not clicking it, or am I clicking it too hard? Like that's the thing. Maybe I'm fucked up, right? And the UI just seems a lot more stressful than needs to be. What's up, logical nonsense? Right, that's the one thing I don't like thus far, and it could be better, or I'll just get used to it over time, or they can make it better. Um, the other thing that I don't like about the PS5 is maybe it's too quiet because it's causing the disk drive to be loud as fuck. Like, so when I got the PS5, right, I bought everything digital. I mean, I got the one with the disc, but I haven't bought a disc in, because I don't want to go out too much lately due to all this other shit, right? I just don't want to deal with none of the nonsense. Throwing on a mask, have to walk out there, standing next to greasy ass motherfuckers. I just don't feel like doing that. So so I haven't went out into public and cop games and shit. I just buy it digitally. I had the PlayStation 5 shipped. And by the way, just so y'all understand the process that I went through to get my PlayStation 5, right? I canceled my Amazon Prime like a long ass time ago, right? But when I order it, yeah, I got the disc one. What you mean, logical nonsense? You know what I mean? So when I got it, I bought only digital games though. But I still kept all the disc games that I had from PS4, the ones that I care about, like Street Fighter, all the games that I will still play. Exactly, logical nonsense. Fuck all that. I'm staying in the crib, downloading it digitally. You know what I mean? But so when I order it on PS, like when I pre-order it on Amazon, right? They said the order was good and all that shit. I'll receive it on time and all that. And then like a few weeks before the launch, they like I checked the tracking, right, and they told me it could take up to 2 weeks. I'm like, hold on, what you mean? So I double checked, right? And when I double checked, they told me it's basically because I don't have Amazon Prime no more. So they was like, fuck you and your whole family for not getting that. What's up, Magnificent Black? I was about to talk about my experience with the PS5, and last night actually was like a part of it, right? So I was telling these motherfuckers like when I copped the PS5, all I've been doing is buying digital games, right? I have not put a disc in that motherfucker. So last night there was a little, little fighting game championship tournament type thing that the round table do, you know what I mean? Not the round, right? Well, Thrash does, but that is the round table basically. Because I mean that was sprung on me too. I didn't even know about that shit. So I realized like an hour before playing, hopping on the PlayStation, that my Street Fighter 5 disc is still in the PS4, and the PS4 is no longer plugged up. It's like already unplugged, sitting in my closet, waiting on me to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. You know what I mean? So I had to plug that motherfucker back in, plug it to the TV just so I can see it and all that shit. Get the disc out and unplug that bitch and put it back, right? And when I put the fucking Street Fighter 5 disc into the PlayStation 5, bruh, maybe it's the PlayStation 5's fault for being too quiet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's fault for being too quiet. But when I put the fucking Street Fighter 5 disc in, that motherfucker sound like it was about to like transform. Like it was loud as shit, right? That motherfucker was loud as shit as soon as you put it in. Like if it like freaked me out. It lasted for about somewhere between 4 to 7 seconds. I don't really know exactly the length that it happened, but when it was fucking, it sounds like a cheese grater, like you know what I mean, like an electric grater of some kind. Like it just, I don't even know how to explain it. It sounds like the motherfucker was about to transform into like a little Decepticon. You know what I'm saying? One of those Decepticon that jumps out the chest of another Decepticon. You know what I'm talking about? Like that tape. Remember that Decepticon that has a cassette tape in his chest and it opens it up and it's just a cassette tape but it turns into a pterodactyl or some shit. Y'all remember that? That's what I thought the PS5 was gonna do. The PS5 is gonna transform into like a robot spider, jump out my window and connect to a larger robot or some shit. I thought that was gonna happen because it sounds loud as fuck. Cause I was scared as shit. Because that 4 or 5 seconds sounded like a fucking. It felt like a fucking year. Because I was like, oh shit, is this it? Is this it? Right? Because when the luck that I have with electronics is either everything works flawlessly or everything's about to fuck up, right? And like I told y'all before, I have not have any issues with my PlayStation 5. Like, I heard about motherfuckers that have um what are the issues that they have? God damn it. What is it? Like Spider-Man would freeze up and fuck up on them. I have not had that happen to me. I know Nova said it happened like 4 or 5 times to him, but he said it was fine. He'd get back right into it. But I have not had that problem. When I say Nova, I mean Supernova. My bad. I'm just too lazy to say people's full name, man. That's why I have so many AKAs. Y'all could call me whatever the fuck. Y'all don't even have to call me the full thing. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I don't feel like saying people's whole names and shit. But he said he had some issues with it. You know what I mean? I haven't. People said some of them had issues to where their PlayStation 5 just shuts off on its own and shit. You know what I mean, or whatever. I haven't had that issue. I haven't had any issues that anyone has mentioned. Maybe I'm just lucky on that front, right? So in my mind, I'm like, all right, either everything's gonna be smooth with me and my PS5, or this motherfucker's gonna have like a catastrophic fucking problem in it, like in the next couple weeks, right? So when I put the PS5, when I put the Street Fighter 5 disc into the PS5, I thought that was the moment. I was like, oh shit, it's a wrap. This motherfucker's about to, you know what I mean? Like split open and shoot the disc back out and hit me in the chest or some shit, and that's how I died. You know what I mean? Like I thought the worst. Like my mind immediately went to the worst. But after like it registered the game, it did what it did. It just calms down, went super quiet again, right? And now every time I put a disc in, it's not as loud as that as the first time, but it's still loud. And I wouldn't even say loud. It's just basically however loud a disc sounds when it's in a fucking drive. You know what I mean? It's what it sounds like. But because the rest of the PS5 is so fucking quiet, it sounds loud. You know what I mean? Facts though. For another 7 years, we gonna hear about that shit. What happened to you, Akumu? It froze up on you, or did it shut the PS5 down on you when you was playing Dragon Dogma? Or are you talking about the disc? Because that's what happened to me with the disc, bro. Like that shit was crazy. It scared the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna front. I mean, I heard about it. Like I didn't think it was that bad. You know what I mean? But it sounds like crazy. It didn't fuck everything up. You know what I mean? Once it figured out, like once it take the disc and all that shit, it was smooth. And afterwards, everything was smooth. But I could hear the disc drive louder. Well, not the disc drive. What the fuck do you call it? The the reader. When it spins that fucking disc, you can hear it so much clearer because the PS5 is quiet. Like you could barely hear on the PS4 because the rest of the PS4 sound like a jet engine, so the disc drive doesn't sound that loud. You know what I mean? So now that the motherfucker is so quiet, like every time you put a disc in, you could hear that bitch. And for y'all that have the digital version, y'all wouldn't give a fuck anyways, because it don't matter to y'all, because y'all not putting no disc in there. You know what I mean? But that's just for anyone who's thinking about getting the one with the disc. Besides from that, I mean, It's a little nitpick, I guess, because I mean, how you gonna make a disc reader quiet, like completely quiet? You know what I mean? They did what they could. Is how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I just want to share that with y'all because I thought that shit was funny. I damn near died for a second. I'm like, God damn, like, is this gonna be it? Like, for my shit was running flawlessly until I put a disc in that motherfucker. God damn, like, like, the other thing is so like I was saying, we threw in Tekken, which admittedly I'm trash at Tekken, and I didn't even use my main characters because I really want to learn the character that I was using. So I lost. Even if I used my main, I'm pretty sure I would have lost Tekken. I'm not tripping about Tekken at all. My main game is Street Fighter. Now, when I got to Street Fighter, like I realized my skills and ability now isn't what it used to be because I can clearly tell what I need to do. I just can't do it no more. Like I've been away from it for so long and I'm rusty as fuck and I'm just not good anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get me wrong, I held my own in that bitch. Like I fucked a decent amount of motherfucker up. You know what I mean? But there's a I could tell there's a solid two motherfucker. Magnificent Black is one of them. Like trust me, motherfucker is cold in Street Fighter. Don't get it twisted. Get hopped up in there and hit with him and Outer Wild. Why do I keep calling him Outer Wild? Al Wild. They would fuck y'all motherfucker up. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say that I was humbled because I could see everything. I just can't do it. You know what I mean? I was humble in the sense like I know my skills isn't where it's supposed to be. So I need to lab. That's what I'm actually doing right now, right? I just need to get my hands used to doing this shit again. But I'm still good enough on the bike. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, like I feel like fighting games like riding a bike. Even if you don't play it for a long time, if you hop on, you just catch on slowly again. So I could whoop some motherfucker, but I could tell that I could see their moves the way Magnificent Black and Al Wow was doing it, and you know what I'm saying was seeing me. You know what I'm saying? I could tell that that's happening. I could tell that the levels that between us is no longer the same. You feel me? Like, but no, real shit though, Magnificent Black. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell like the levels between certain players isn't the same. Like, you could see it. Like, even if you a noob in Street Fighter, like when you see that shit, there was like, this dude clearly can't get certain shit done. Like, and I couldn't because my hands just can't do it no more. With that being said, though, right? I want to say that because I want to make it clear that I'm not making excuses because I took my L's. You know what I mean? I whooped some motherfuckers, but you know what I mean? Like I said, at their level, that I could see all of their weaknesses, just like these motherfuckers can see all of mine. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I think the PS4 controller is a better fighting game controller than the PS5. And here's why, right? I've been labbing with the PS5 controller all day. Well, not all day since I, you know, about an hour or two ago, since I had the time to, right? But the thing is, the PS5 controller, if you have a PS5 controller right now, the DualSense and your DS4, the PlayStation 4 controller, look at the face of both of them. You'll notice something right away, right? Well, maybe not right away. I might have to point it out to you. When I was playing them last night, I noticed one thing. No matter how garbage I am at like game knowledge, you know what I'm saying? As far as game knowledge, as far as like what to do when certain shit happens, right? Could be bad. The thing is, I don't terribly put like inputs in and the move don't come out. You know what I mean? Like if I do a spin kick comes out. If I do an uppercut comes out. If I throw a fireball, it will come out. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean it will land. I'm just saying that move will come out. My thumb is so used to doing that that it won't be possible for that to like miss. Like if I miss once or twice out of 100 like uppercuts, that's that's fair. It will happen. Like I'll miss a couple times, but not at the amount that I was missing. You know what I mean? Even if I could do all the things I wanted to do, I feel like I would have lost anyways. So that's not an excuse. But because of that, I went on my PlayStation 4 and tried it again on my PlayStation 4, and I noticed the PlayStation 4 controller. The reason why it's like that is because the PlayStation controller, all the D-pad and the buttons lay flat on a surface. Look at your PlayStation 4 controller. You'll notice the D-pad and your buttons sit on a flat circle. Y'all see that, right? It's completely flat, all and it's just sitting on top. So every time you click it, you have a flat surface to press it against. If if y'all haven't gotten a PS4, PS5, or a PS5 controller, you'll notice that it doesn't have that. It's actually curved and smooth. And just from that alone, your fingers doesn't touch right. Right, Magnificent Black? So, like I said, I'm not making that as an excuse to why I was getting my ass fucked up. I was getting my ass fucked up because I was shitty compared to these motherfuckers, and I could see it. That's not even a question. But when you use the PlayStation 5 controller to play fighting games like Street Fighter, like 2D fighting games, like side by side, when you're doing quarter circle moves and all that kind of shit, it feels off compared to the PS4. And to anyone who don't play fighting games, you wouldn't give a shit because that doesn't pertain to you. Because when I was playing Miles Morales, didn't have no issues. Pause? Is that even pause? Like, I mean, it's a title of a game. When I was playing Miles Morales, the game, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't have no issues because it doesn't require me to put like exact input into the D-pad and my buttons and shit. So that's one of the downsides for me. Maybe y'all don't care. You know what I mean? If you don't play fighting games, y'all probably don't care about that shit. So I've noticed that. Besides from it, I don't have any issues with the controller. Matter of fact, I love the controller. It's just that one thing kind of makes it because the side of it is so fucking smooth and rounded. It's not flat down. Sometimes you miss like inputs because I went back to my PlayStation 4 controller playing on the PlayStation and I went in, what I'm saying, just playing the game and I don't miss input. And then I tried it again on the PS5 and I miss inputs. So here's the thing though. I'm I'm not gonna stop like using the PS5. I feel like if I'm gonna lab, I might as well like lab with the PS5 controller until I get used to it. I'm sure that it will like my brain will understand how to operate with the PS5 controller. But as of right now, the PS4 controller is superior when it comes to fighting games. Let's see. Is there any other negatives that I have with this motherfucker? I ain't gonna front. This motherfucker is large. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Well, this bitch is a huge bitch. I ain't gonna front. This motherfucker is very big. Um, well, not very big. It is big. You know what I'm saying? It's not like massive like motherfuckers make it out to be, but it's big enough to like. I don't want to lay it down. I have it erect, like my dick was when it got delivered to me. I wanted standing up, so I had it standing up. But the thing is, because it's like both tall and what's the it's not wide. What's that dimension called? When it's just fucking tall and slim like that, just looks like a fucking binder standing up, right? It shoots all of his heat out to the back, so I have to make sure it sits away from the wall enough to for that heat not to like come back to the fucking, you know what I mean? Like it has to be pushing heat further away enough to where the fan doesn't catch it back in because it will be pointless. You know what I mean? And and so like this motherfucker is just large. So like in my game room, it just sits out of place. Like it doesn't fit in anywhere because everything in my game room is like organized. Because I hate messiness. You know what I mean? But this motherfucker just sits out on his own, like in the middle of the fucking, you know what I'm saying, stand by itself, just shooting hot air to the back. You know what I mean? I don't know, like not width because width is, what's the other dimension? Because it's height. God damn it. Y'all know what I mean. Like when you stand it up, the back of it, yeah, depth. Yeah, pause. Facts. Depth. Like it's fucking tall and it has a lot of depth to the back. So because of that, it can't be standing like it has to be pulled away from the wall further enough to where the heat can dissipate somewhere else instead of hitting the wall and bouncing back. You know what I mean? Oh, it's always straight up. You know what I mean? Like so that might be an issue for some motherfuckers. And to be really real with y'all motherfuckers say it's big and it's ugly. I don't agree. I think it looks amazing. Matter of fact, it's the most eye-catching thing in my game room. Partially also because it's sitting out by itself and everything else is like pushed close to the wall and organized. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker just sitting out like next to the TV, just sitting out like in the middle of everything, just so that it won't, you know what I'm saying, heat itself up because it's shooting hot air into a wall back to itself. But so yeah, that's one of the negatives that I felt like could, well, I mean, they'll do more. Yeah, like, it has height and it has depth to it. It's not wide. Like the Xbox is wide. You know what I mean? Like a fucking mini fridge and shit. This motherfucker isn't wide. It has depth, right? I don't really know, the term for that. Yeah, exactly, bro. The first thing like anyone who comes into my game room look at is the PS5 because my game room looks like any other room except it just has all my gaming shit in it. You know what I mean? I don't have Ryu statues or Ryu Hayabusa fucking posters or none of that shit. It's just a room I play video games in with all my video games equipment and shit and some plants. You know what I mean? Like it's just a regular ass room that I play games in. I don't go extra hard with all the, you know, all the extra trinkets and shit motherfuckers be doing. I mean, it looks cool to me. It's just it is kind of large, and because it shoots heat out from the back, it has to be further away from the wall, so it just stands like that. But I don't mind it at all. It's just me myself, I like it, but I wouldn't mind. I like the way it looks, but I wouldn't mind it being a little bit smaller. Damn, cats can't even be in there and shit. But overall, it's I don't really have that much more. Like I'm trying to think of any other negatives I can think of. Oh, minor issue is kind of weird the way they did um downloading. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly sure. Like, cause I bought Devil May Cry Special Edition, right? I did not carry Devil May Cry 5 from PS4 over. I just got Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. But when I downloaded that, it also downloaded back the regular Devil May Cry 5 without, like, I don't know if it asked me or something. Like maybe I'm like missing it somewhere, but it downloaded both, and it was confusing at first. Like I'm like clicking on, I'm like, why can't I play this? What that? And for a second, I thought I'd rebought it, but I'm like, that can't be right. Rebought the regular PS and the regular Devil May Cry 5. I don't think I did that, right? So it felt a little weird. Maybe because I just don't understand it. Maybe because motherfucker refused to read the manual. Motherfucker just like go in on it and shit. But that's all the negatives that I really have about the PS5. So I mean, with all that being said, none of them are major issues. They're just annoyance, and it'll be cool if they fix that shit. That's why it's like a 9 out of 10 because all the issues that I have, none of them are like uh, you know deal breakers with me. Like they're just minor shit, and if this is the worst I'm gonna get from my like launch day PS5, I'm more than happy to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's all good. But let's talk about what I do like about it, right? First thing, like I mentioned, I like the way it look. It is big as fuck, but I like the way it look. It would be cool to be a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact and shit. That would be a little bit nicer. You know what I mean? But that's not really a big deal. I like the way it looked. My favorite thing right now is the controller. The controller's dope. I feel like the DualSense is amazing. If it wasn't for the fact that fighting games doesn't feel right now for me. You know what I mean? I'll probably get used to it, but as of right now, it doesn't feel right, and that kind of hurts it a little bit. But as far as the adaptive trigger and the fucking the way they did the rumbles to where it feels like you're actually look. I don't know how many of y'all have the PlayStation 5 right now, how many of y'all don't. The ones who do have it understand what I'm saying. It's like I don't know how to explain it to you. But when you're holding this fucking controller in your hand and you're playing Miles Morales and this motherfucker is standing next to the train and the train move and the controller give you the sensation that you're standing next to the train too. Like I don't know how to explain that shit to you, but that's what it felt like to me. And when you shoot the fucking web cartridge, bro, when you shoot the fucking web in Spider-Man, it feels almost like that's what it would be like. Cause you know, that motherfuckers, there's no such thing as web shooters, right? But if there really was, it almost feel like that's the response that you would get from it. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense or not. And you actually feel the like the tug if you shoot the web, and when you swing, you can feel that tug. Yeah, logical nonsense. That's like you can feel sound. It's fucking crazy. That's a good way to put it. But you know, any motherfucker who haven't dealt with that shit will be just as confused. What the fuck you talking about? You can feel sound, but that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I, I mean, but see, that's the thing though. Because I've held the controller in my hand and played games that you know, support that shit, I know exactly what you're talking about. But what I'm saying is to a person who has not copped the PS5, first of all, my condolences. I hope that you get yours very soon. OBJ just got his. OBJ did not just locked down one. This motherfucker so motherfucking happy. Like you know what I'm saying? He you know what he looks like right now? He looks like that meme that he be using all the damn time with the old white dude with the fucking lollipop. Like you know what I'm saying? Skipping down the fucking field and shit. That's OBJ right now. But I hope y'all get yours soon, man. But it's a really indescribable feeling. I don't know how to explain it to you. You have to like copy yourself to know what it feels like. The shit is crazy. This shit is like n- truly what makes this shit next gen. You know what I mean? Because like I told you guys, right? The PS5 delivered as far as what I'm asking for. Games that I can play at like 60 frames, and they look better than the PS4 games. That's what it takes to be the next step, the next console worth it to call yourself the next generation, right? Like the PS4 Pro couldn't do 60 frames 4K games, or at least even 60 frames fucking um, checkerboard or whatever the fuck you want to call it, 1440p. I don't even think it does 60 barely. Some games do it, like Devil May Cry, Neo, and all that kind of shit, but it wasn't the norm across the board, right? And if you was playing at 60 frames, the shit looks poor. You know what I'm saying? It looks poor. It looks weak as fuck. But see, I'm never that big into visuals, but you know, to go from one generation to the next, it has to look better, bro. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, it has to look better. You can't not look better than the generation before you. That's super whack. It doesn't need to be by a crazy margin, but it has to be a clear margin that this shit looks better next gen than, I mean, this gen than last gen. This gen's already here. What up, fam? Right? This shit's already here. Oh, and since you here, fam. So this man here thought that his bangs, right? His bangs can can challenge, you know what I mean? Can challenge my bangs. He think the extravagant, the exaggerated, extravagant swagger that is my Asian bangs can be contested by his curly ass. You know what I'm saying? Bangs. You will see very soon. Matter of fact, I feel like originally I said I'll do a face review once we hit 800 subs because you know what I'm saying, eight's my favorite number. I feel like that's a good spot to do it. But I'm gonna have to do this shit soon because this man think I'm playing, and like he thinks I'm something, my bangs are something to fuck with, right? But here's the problem though, right? Like I just told y'all earlier, I was sick for a solid week and a half. Do you know what happened during that time? I lost like 10 pounds. I look like shit. And we not doing that. Not super vain, but we not doing that shit. I could present myself better to the world than you know what I'm saying. But it'll be very soon, bro. But it'll be very soon. But anyways, like I was saying, right? Um, the negatives doesn't really hit enough to where it. No, no, no. I'm just saying it's not about my Asianness. It's about the bangs that I'm fucking like. The, you know what I'm saying? No, not COVID, bro. I had something else. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I went and tested and they said I didn't have COVID. It's just I I don't know if it's lucky or unlucky that I got sick as fuck, but it wasn't COVID. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, man, I don't know how to explain the fucking the sensation that you get from the DualSense controller, man. It's out of this world. I can't really talk about the other peripherals because I don't have none of them. I don't have the headphones. I'm trying to cop them, but they get sold out really quick every time. You know what I'm saying? Every time, bro. I can't cop one quick enough. But I can't really talk about any of that stuff. All I have right now is just the PlayStation 5 and the games, right? Um, Positive man is really quiet. This motherfucker is really quiet. I feel like Mark Cerny took those, you know what I'm saying, jet engine fucking jokes to heart. This motherfucker was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Loud, huh, motherfuckers? From now on, y'all gonna be scared sometimes if the PlayStation 5 is froze or not because you can't hear it at all. Unless you throw a disc in that motherfucker and you'll hear it for a solid 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Hey, facts, the logical nonsense. Facts. Facts. All you see is hair and a mask. But you know what I'm saying? I'll probably like before I do that, I get faded out. I ain't gonna play myself like that. It's not about being vain. You gotta make sure you present yourself properly to the world. But let's see. What else? Did I talk about the controller? I mean, I don't know how to explain how that controller feels, man. Like y'all just gonna have to get that and figure it out once y'all get there. But and it's quiet as fuck. I do like that. So overall, like the experience I have with it is solid overall. Um, the best part about it is the games, of course. You know what I mean? I copped it because of the game. Look, and to be really truthful with y'all, I've only pre-ordered two consoles in my entire life, and the first one was the most recent console I have, the Spider-Man edition, uh, PlayStation, right? And to be really real with you, Spider-Man is like not even my favorite, Marvel character or anything. My name is the Asian Gambit. I'm sure y'all know who my favorite Marvel character is, right? But I mean, I like Spider-Man well enough, right? But as y'all know, if y'all been here long enough, y'all know I used to just rock with the regular ass PlayStation 4, right? I wasn't planning on getting a Pro, but my 4 was doing all kinds of shit, and it looks like it was about to die. So I felt like it's time to upgrade. And that's right around the time when the Spider-Man shit came out. I mean, a lot of people tell me that logical nonsense, but I feel like the reason why is just because they just don't see me. They just think that. But realistically, I don't think I sound black at all, bro. I just feel like this is how I'm supposed to sound. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like this is how I'm supposed to sound, and like. But anyway, like I was talking about, like how the one of the positive of PlayStation is most of the games that I fuck with thus far. Well, I think all the games I fuck with thus far has a 60 frames per second mode, running solid either 4K or 1440p or whatever the fuck. Like it's solid. You know what I mean? I I can't tell if it's not real 4K or 4K or not. I'm gonna be 1,000 with y'all. I can't tell. I could tell the difference between 720 and 1080p, no problem. I could tell the difference between 1440p and 18 and 1080, no problem. But like true 4K versus like what I'm saying, dynamic 4K or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I can't really tell, bro. I'm just being 1,000 with y'all. I don't know what the fuck, like. if you have to like stop it, slow it down, or like zoom in and shit, then we not talking about shit. We not talking about shit, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Like I don't think that fucking I don't think that applies, right? But like all the games thus far, like that PlayStation 5 support, it's fucking 60 frames on everything, and it looks good. And I'm not a graphic whore by any sense. I'm just saying it has to look better than the generation before it, and it does. It even makes the games from the generation before it looks better. You know what I mean? So it all around like it hits everything that I was hoping for, right? Um, the controller I've been having like maybe the controller wasn't charged all the way the first time I charged it, right? Because I did want to test it. Um, by the I was playing Miles Morales, and by the sixth hour, it said it was about to die, and I'm like, God damn, I thought it was like 8 to 10, right? But on the second and third time, I like just did that to see what happens. It was about 9 hours. It was actually in between 8 and 10. So maybe the first time I plugged it in, I didn't charge it all the way, right? Maybe when it first came, it only came with a little bit of power, and I did that test too soon. Yeah, I do notice that the latency is not really bad on the PS5 controller, and my shit stays plugged in. Really, I just check on the battery just to check on it, but usually my cord is pretty long. I can just keep I can just keep it pretty far away from my PlayStation 5 and still have it plugged in and shit. That's what I do with PS4 too. So I like doing that because I don't do over the air for nothing when it comes to gaming. It goes straight in. You know what I mean? Ethernet cable, fucking control plugged up. I'm trying to get my shit into the fucking console, into the fucking player space as quickly as possible. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to wait on it. But yeah, that's really my thoughts and opinions on the PlayStation 5. It's a solid console. It's 9 out of 10. It does everything that they say it would, right? It lives up to the marketing. What's up, Corey? And it did everything it's supposed to. I feel like it's a solid 9 out of 10. Like I said, all the negatives that I have with it are just annoyance. You know what I'm saying? Some more annoying than others, but they're just annoying. They're not like deal breakers for me. And luckily, I'm not one of the dudes that have some of the other problems that they have because I've had any of those, so I can't really even talk about it. Like I don't know if like Supernova's still having all those issues like with every game that he's playing because he told me he only played Miles Morales and that was happening to him. I don't know if it's happening to him on other games too, or it was just Miles Morales and they fixed it or whatever because there was a patch recently. So I don't really know, but I haven't had none of those issues, right? Um, Mine hasn't shut down on its own for any reason. The only thing that scared the shit out of me was the dish sounded loud as fuck the first time I put it in, right? And apparently that's normal. So I guess that's not even me. That's that's everybody who has a disc version, right? But moving on from that, man, I want to talk about some other shit. Um, where do I begin? Because there's so much shit I want to talk about. I'm gonna be really real with y'all, man. Like, I don't care about none of these fucking companies. I just like certain things that certain companies put out, and I buy that shit, right? And so, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not a pony because I just chose a company to fuck with and hate everything else, because I can't hate everything else. I don't really hate none of them, right? I just feel like we buy shit that we want to buy, otherwise we just don't, right? And the narratives and the shit is just starting to like go all over the place. I just feel like we need to get back to center, man. Play your fucking games first, right? I think this fucking generation that we just hopped into is it's gonna be a very weird experience, right? Because like sometimes I hear people talk about stuff that I'm like, why y'all even talking about this kind of stuff? Like it's hard to even explain that shit. You know what I mean? Like the the subject of conversation is just dumb as fuck. Is what I'm trying to say. Like a bunch of times, bro. A bunch of times, Josh, or just like one time that it froze up. Man, I guess that's normal, man. Cause like you're, I mean, Nova said that. You said that. I think someone else. Who else said that? Did Thrash said that? Like I felt like someone else said that too. Like that's so that's a I guess that's a normal problem. Well, not normal problem, but a common problem that motherfuckers be having they shit freeze up when they playing Miles Morales. Yeah, I was lucky. I guess I was lucky that shit didn't happen to me, but I mean, I heard it wasn't too bad, right? Freezes, quick reset, and it's good, and you go right back to exactly where your game is. Are you sure, Corey? So actually, that's I want to bring this up, and this is not damage control. This is just my experience with it, right? So when I first got the PS5, right, I couldn't find two Ethernet cord. I only had one. I took the Ethernet cord, plugged it into my PS5, and I had to do a data transfer from my PlayStation 4 to my PlayStation 5, right? I'm not exactly sure why I did that, by the way, because I think it's just the PS5 asked me if I want to, and I'm like, I guess I mean, go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? Since I had the PS5, PS4 still out, you know what I mean? Because I just unwrapped the PS5, so I wanted to do all the data transfer from the PlayStation, uh, from the uh, from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5, right? But I only had one Ethernet cable. So the PS5 was plugged in, but the PS4 was not, and I just had to do it that way, right? And that motherfucker talking about it's gonna take 5 fucking hours. I mean 9 fucking hours. So, but luckily I could do that in the background. So I was playing my PS5 while the transfer was going. And once it was done, right? Once I was done playing, I was ready to go to sleep. I couldn't like shut it off because I didn't really fucking I needed to leave it alone so it would finish fucking transferring all that shit. I had to leave the PS5 and the PS4 on and just go to sleep. And you know, once they done, the PS4 4 like turns itself off automatically. Like, because that's what it said it would do, and it did, right? But the PS5 just went to rest mode. So it went from rest mode when I woke up and went to work the next day, that Friday, all the way until I came home. So I stayed in rest mode all that time, and nothing happens. And I had it on rest mode a couple of times by accident because I left it on and went and do something else. I never purposely put it on there. I don't know if that matters or not. If it automatically goes to rest mode on its own or if you put it into rest mode. But mine has went into rest mode at least 6 times since I had it because I left it on and went somewhere. But the first time was for a full, shift at work plus 7 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? So y'all think about that. A solid 10-hour work day, right? That Friday. Plus when I went to sleep around like I think 1, 2 o'clock, something like that. And my shit was fine. So I can't really speak on that, but wanted y'all give that give y'all that long ass story to explain why. Like, I mean, if that was an issue, I'm sure it was because I heard it from multiple places. You know what I mean? Or well, I wouldn't say I'm sure, but I think it could be one like a real problem. I just can't speak on it because I haven't really experienced it myself. But I'm assuming that to be true because I don't think you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's specific enough to where like it has to be real at least for a couple motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Couple motherfuckers at least have to deal with that issue. There's no reason to damage to control these things, man. These are brand new console. Usually I never buy new consoles. Like day of, I usually give it like a solid couple months. But I mean, when was the last time you seen a launch lineup? The one like the one we just saw, man. You know what I mean? I I have a plan of attack for the games that I want to play on PS5, right? First thing I want to do is play like I played Astrobot a little bit. I haven't completed. I just played it just to see what the features of the controller is like, and it's nice. But I haven't quote unquote beat it because I don't know if you can like beat it or not. Like I don't know if it's like a true game or not. I heard a lot of good things about it, and I kind of agree the shit's kind of dope. But I was trying to play like Miles Morales or Demon Souls or DMC Special Edition. You know what I mean? I've been waiting to play that for months. I ain't, you know what I mean? I'll play Astrobot once shit dies down. I have less things to play. You know what I mean? I'll do that. But um, I wanted to play Miles and I wanted to play Devil May Cry first before I played Demon Souls. And the reason why is because my logic is Miles Morales is not that long of a game. I can play it, enjoy it as much as I want, and be done with it in a relatively shorter time. Devil May Cry 5, I've already played the original. I've finished it. I finished all the missions except for like a couple missions on the hardest difficulty possible, right? The heavens or the heaven or hell mode. Oh no, hell or hell mode where if you get hit once you die, but you have to kill enemies the same normal way. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of missions that I want to get S rank on, and I still haven't been able to. That's the only thing left that I haven't done. Um, So I wanted to play Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition because I played through it already. I'll get through it again really quick, and I just want to play Virgil mode mainly. You know what I mean? Play as Virgil, get all that done, and then I'm gonna hop on to Demon Souls. The reason why I feel that way is because Demon Souls is not like it's not a young lady you just you know what I'm saying come through smash and dip out on. It's a young lady you romance. It's going you're gonna have to put work in on that bitch. You know what I mean? Demon Souls is one of them. So I feel like after I get Miles Morales and fucking Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition out the way, I can hop onto that, and that would actually I can actually be on there for weeks and weeks. You know what I'm saying? But like every time I like try to stick to that plan, I'll be seeing motherfuckers just showing screenshots of shit, and I'm like, God damn, I could be in that bitch fucking with that dragon right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that's be fucking me up because down the pipe there's gonna be pause. Yeah, down the line. I don't know why I said it like that. You know what I'm saying? Down the line, there's gonna be so many more games that's gonna be coming out, and I don't want to have a backlog, man. I usually like, unlike other motherfuckers, I don't have backlogs because I buy the shit I want to play, man. I'm not gonna buy it just to buy it. You feel me? I don't know if that make me stingy because I'm like, why would I buy something I'm probably not gonna play? You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't like if a game doesn't seem like it's for me, like I'll probably not fuck with it. I mean, I have like try to open my horizon a little bit more, but still, it's the same way. I buy games, but like not everything. I don't know what. There's just certain games that speaks to me, and I was like, I'm playing that shit, and that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see, Corey. Huh? Hmm. Um, I don't think I had a game running when I. Oh, and if it crashed, yeah, I guess if so it's a compound problem, right? Well, I don't have problems to compound. That's probably why that shit doesn't affect me. Like my games doesn't crash thus far, you know. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Like I want to talk about like the way motherfuckers discuss gaming because I wish the console war was back because I I mean if y'all was like, but bro, console war still exists. Look around you. No, it doesn't. What you mean? If y'all call this pathetic display of what's going on right now a fucking console war, then this, like, I don't know what y'all think a console war really is. You know what I mean? I miss the console war, bro. I wish we had like a legitimate, healthy console war again. See, everyone always equate console war to being bad. Motherfuckers like, oh, imagine being a grown man and still bicker about consoles. Yeah, as opposed to being a grown man and bicker about everything else in our lives. Like I'm a grown man that bicker with all my friends about cars, uh, clothes. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Armada over Gucci, motherfucker. I don't care what y'all say. Fuck Gucci. Armani all day, baby. I don't know what you mean. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We bicker about everything. Let's keep it real. But it's always extra with motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Is we like people who talk about gaming, or are we not? Like, if it is, then consoles are a part of it. Let's be real now. But I missed an actual healthy, good fucking console war. You know what I mean? I do. Because what's going on right now is no longer console war. If you think like just fucking misleading motherfuckers, emotional pleading with motherfuckers, um, damage controlling left and right, and just, you know what I mean, like arguing from like no basis at all, capping for games that you haven't played. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you call this shit console war, it is not. This is dumb shit. This is fucking goofy ass dumb shit that dumb goofy ass motherfuckers do, right? On some hit after hit shit. I'm just being really real with you. Like, most of the, like, your favorite fucking YouTuber, your favorite fucking personality that talk about this type of shit is saying dumb shit right now. I'm just being real with you. And I would name names, but then I would have to be fair and name all of them, and I can't think of all of them right now. I'm just being really real with you. I feel like the shit that we discuss half of the time is dumb as fuck. You know what I mean? It's not really console war. Shit, it's just really dumb shit. Console war is really different. A console war is actually really healthy. A true console war is very healthy. Right now, what we have right now is not a fucking console war. It's weird and lame as fuck. You know what I mean? A console war lets you know what your system is lacking, like on some real shit. Like, you have to hold that, and you expect the motherfuckers who created the console that you bought to do fucking better. How come they have this and I don't? They pay for that system same amount, or somewhat the same amount of money for that system, and that system give them this, this, and this. How come I don't have that? Or that system don't do this but does this, and whatever the case may be, right? When back in the day, when you console war, motherfuckers actually throw actual facts against one another, and it'll be some real shit, and that's actually where it really hurts. But now, do you really see that shit, or do you see motherfuckers just put up like really lame fucking nonsense, or misleading motherfucker, like full on this misleading motherfuckers? And it's getting to the point where right now it's not even about console warring for our benefit, because the console war is for our benefit. You feel me? Like, if a motherfucker told me like a few generations ago, like, you motherfuckers have terrible ass fucking networking, and I'd be like, yeah, that's facts, man. Our network is fucking terrible. Can you do better with this online shit, PlayStation? You know what I mean? That's all facts. You got to hold that, and you hold the motherfuckers accountable for that type of shit. You know what I mean? It's healthy. But this shit right now, first of all, it's not a console war. What's going on right now is way beyond that. I don't know what it is anymore, but the shit is dumb. And to be honest with you, do you know who I really blame? I'm gonna be really real with you. I blame Phil Spencer. I do. And let me make this clear. I don't hate Xbox, because that's really dumb. This is as concise and as honest as I can be. You know why I blame Phil? I blame Phil because that motherfucker is a habitual line stepper, and no one ever checks him. Say that I'm wrong. Say that Phil is not a habitual line stepper. By the way, that's my favorite fucking. Uh, that's one of my favorite Chappelle Show fucking quote. Is the motherfucker's a habitual line stepper, man. But he is. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me he is not. This motherfucker has said so many things that if you game right at all, you be like, look at him, like you'll look him side eye, like, what the fuck are you talking about? My first red flag was when he said single player experiences doesn't have the same impact, right? You know why I keep harping on to that? Because first of all, I love single player games. Secondly, if he's able to say that shit about one genre, he's able to say that about any genre. Do you feel me? Because if he said that about single player games, and you don't give a fuck about single player games, and you're like, yeah, that's facts, right? And dumb motherfuckers who do play single player games will also be like, well, yeah, that's facts because if you look at the numbers, you know what I mean. All these years, like single player games has gotten less and less, all that bullshit. But does it really matter to the motherfuckers who do play single player games? Does this like anything y'all motherfuckers say matters to them at that moment? That motherfucker just stepped on the line for every motherfucker that plays single player games, and half of motherfuckers like say like push back on it. The other half like, yeah, he's right. Like y'all actually was like, yeah, he's right. Y'all let a motherfucker tell you what to like and what not to like, bruh. See, that's instance number one. Instance number two is when this motherfucker actually canceled a game and told gamers that it's good for gamers. Dog, the only one way that that could be facts is if he knew that game was gonna be mad garbage and he doesn't want us to play it. It's better that y'all don't play this shit. It sucks. You feel me? That's the only thing that would make sense out of that comment. Besides from the fact that he's like, you know what I'm saying? Besides from the fact that he's full of shit when he said that. You know what I'm saying? Strike number two. Like this way more. I'm just like pulling from the things that I know. Right? What else? Like every year is supposed to be the best E3 showing ever for the last 7 fucking years. It's supposed to be the best fucking E3 showing for them. And what do y'all got? And here's the thing, right? Y'all call this bashing. I'm just asking, like, I'm just saying it, like, for real, for real. Is this not what happening or not? Like, are we talking facts or am I making all this shit up? This really transpired over the years, right? Corey, like, to be really real with you, bruh, I didn't know Metacritic for video games exists until last generation. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know it exists until last generation. I don't even know if it existed before that. Maybe it didn't exist before last generation. But I've never read reviews and all that shit until I start like doing YouTube and shit. You know what I mean? Is when motherfuckers actually care about that stuff. I'm still on the fence about Godfall. I'm not sure if I want to purchase that or not. And it has nothing to do with the review. It's just I don't. Usually I'm not into that type of shit, and I kind of got fucking burnt by what's that shit? Anthem. So it kind of fucked me up. I still say Anthem is a lot of fun to play, but they fucked the game all up. You know what I mean? But it feels like motherfuckers just lost their way, like Corey was saying. Like motherfuckers just lost their way. They don't realize like they're so caught up in this fake console war because this console war is not real. The real console war must have died somewhere mid last gen and we didn't know about it. You know what I mean? Probably not even mid last gen, probably early last gen is when it probably died. But I miss it, man. I miss that healthy fucking console war that we don't get anymore. The stuff that goes on nowadays is like really weird and fucking I don't know, man. Like half of the shit we talk about is like super goofy. Like and you know what? I don't blame IGN and all of those people because they're publishers, like they're major publishers of content. They have to, you know, get you to read it somehow. Sometimes they do clickbait articles and all this other shit. They rely on the console war for fodder to get people to read their shit. You know what I'm saying? Putting out crazy ass fucking like titles to articles and shit, and when you read the article, it has nothing to do with like not even close to what the title was saying. You know what I mean? Just crazy shit. But I don't blame them because that's they money. That's what they do, and I can't even be mad at them for it. What I'm like taken back by it is why does other motherfuckers do that shit? Why are we doing that shit? And I have to commend Thrash, man. That motherfucker really is about community. He's talking to me about certain moves he's trying to make, and I'm like, man, this shit's ambitious, but you know I'm down to help at what I can do. You know what I'm saying? This mother is planning on doing a lot of shit, and it's dope. It's dope. I appreciate you taking my advice at all when it comes to these type of shit. You feel me? But it's hard for me to do it, man. I don't. I can only do it when I'm getting paid well during the AM to do what I do. You know what I'm saying, at work. When I'm discussing gaming and shit, it's just me that's talking on my behalf. That's why this channel exists, right? I'm not here to please anyone. I'm just trying to like be honest about the hobby that we have, right? Motherfuckers just hate to just keep it real for a couple minutes. Like I can't deal with it a lot of times. I don't have the patience to deal with motherfuckers who cap for a game that they haven't even played yet or played a few hours of, and they want to like compare it to another game and like act like they know it. You know what I mean? I just don't have that kind of fucking energy, bro. Like I know it's like entertainment for a lot of y'all and it's cool, but I just don't have that kind of energy. I don't. And the console war thing, you know what? Like I'm glad you brought that up, man. When you're talking about like the resolution war, right? Resolution only matters to a certain extent, and the thing is, what's transpiring right now is fucking hilarious. Look, I didn't buy the PlayStation 5 to play the best third party. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I expect games to look good on it. I don't need it to be the best version. You know what I mean? I need it to be a good version. You feel me? So I wasn't even tripping. And all these third party games thus far look and run better on the PS5. Now, do I care at all about that? No, I don't really care. Like it's nice. It's literally nice. I literally said it was like a bonus. It's like the cherry on top. Like I wasn't expecting it, but it was nice that that happened. All right. Yeah, the load times is crazy, man. Magnificent Black. Like the load times on PS5 is just fucking insane. Um, I'm so not used to it that a lot of times when I'm about to start like a level of a game or some shit, I look away and do other stuff, not realizing that motherfucker's already loaded and ready to go. You know what I mean? Like it's so quick, I keep forgetting. Like when I'll be playing Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, right? It loads a mission so fast, and sometimes I'll be forgetting because it fucking took forever on the PS4, bro. Like DMC5 was fucking taking forever at every load screen, and it has so many load screen too, right? I got so used to that shit that sometimes I'll be forgetting this motherfucker just load up immediately. I just need to press X. You know what I'm saying? This shit's crazy. But like I was saying, man, like Phil is definitely not the guy, bruh. Because I don't know why motherfuckers took like everything he say like it's gospel. It is not. It's just this one motherfucker just saying some wild shit and y'all accept it every time. This motherfucker really said that they don't need a solid launch lineup because motherfuckers gonna cop the fucking Xbox Series X any fucking way, so they don't even need to. Like, god damn, like how many fucking line stepping fucking things is he gonna say before one of y'all check him, man? And like all of a sudden you become like a straight up hater if you check motherfuckers for saying that type of shit. Those are fucking this motherfucker pulls so many fucking line stepping ass shit and nobody said shit about it. You can't tell me that that's disrespectful. First of all, like to this day, I still feel like that shit that he said about single player games is like doesn't make the same impact that it used to. I still take that as like what the fuck, man. Like think about it. Let's say you are not into single player games, right? Let's say you're about that multiplayer life, right? And let's just say this the sales for multiplayer somehow in the future slipped up. It's not like how it is today with Fortnite and fucking, all these battle royale games and all that shit. All of a sudden, like in the future, it should shift again, right? In like let's say 2, 3 years from now, for whatever reason, it should shift again, right? And single player games is where it's at once again because of the technology and all that shit, the way they can create worlds and create stories and shit is so dope that everybody's playing like single player shit and kind of chill on the multiplayer shit, right? How would you feel as a motherfucker who enjoy multiplayer, and this motherfucker come out with the flip side and be like, yeah, multiplayer ain't doing it like they used to. We focus on single player experience, RPGs and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna have that PvP modes that much no more. If we do co-op, no, I mean if we do multiplayer, it'll probably be mainly co-op. You know what I mean? How would you feel, bruh? You'd be like, what the fuck you mean? It's still making an impact to me and my homies that play. The fuck? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. You don't ever tell us what is dope and what is not. We get to decide that. I don't know, and when I say we, I mean all of us. Like I don't give a fuck what system you're on, right? It doesn't fucking matter. Like all of us get the right to choose that shit. Like you can study fucking market, like the marketplace and see that happening, but to take that away from the market completely, just because you don't see the worth in it, is fucked up. Because the craziest thing is, lightning in the bottle doesn't happen unless you actually do it, unless you attempt it. You know what I mean? Who knew the fucking remastered, not remastered, the fucking reboot ish God of War was gonna be that dope, that basically transcend the whole generation of gaming, right? I don't know how y'all feel, but when I think PlayStation 4 games, God of War has to be at least in the top five. At least realistically, it's top three for me. You know what I mean? It's somewhere in there. And PS5, PS4 had so many good single player games, bro. I don't even know, like, if you ask me to put them in order and shit, top three, top five, and all that, I can't do it right away. But I can tell you right now that God of War would be in the top three off rip. It's not even a question. Who knew that was gonna happen? You know what I mean? No one knew that. They just put it out, and motherfuckers was like, "This is the shit," right? Because motherfuckers could have hated. Motherfuckers could be like, "Man, the original fucking series is better." Like you would never know that shit. It's fucked up. Like that's why we don't have a Dead Space anymore, because of that kind of mindset. Dead Space was killed because of that type of mindset. I'm just saying, this motherfucker has so many fucking. This motherfucker has been habitually doing this shit. Like he stepped over the line so many times, just saying some wild shit. You know what I mean? Just saying some wild shit, and motherfuckers let it go every time. And he hasn't delivered shit for you. Every game is either mid or trash. Am I hating? And let's be real. Am I hating? Come on now. Your standout game of the fucking last generation was a fucking Ori and Cuphead, which is now on PlayStation and everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Cuphead is probably the standout. I'm not gonna front. Cuphead is standout. Ori comes in a close second, I guess. But then I can't really even say that because I played like a couple missions of Ori. I can't even say shit. I beat Cuphead, but I didn't even fuck with Ori for real, for real. I can't even speak about it like I know. You know what I mean? But everything thus far, man, just looks like fucking mid or trash, bruh. Let's just be like, really, dog. Like, let's stop capping. Motherfucking Post Up has already beaten Miles Morales. He has not beaten fucking Gears 5. Jesus. You know what I mean? Why are we capping? Like, why is this even necessary? That's what I'm saying. It's not a console war no more, because motherfuckers out here capping. They're not even talking about real shit no more. They're just talking about shit that's not even like, that don't even make sense. It's almost as if you care more about these corporations winning than you do yourself, right? Like logically, like as a gamer, like winning is to be able to play dope ass games, whatever type of dope ass games it is. You understand? If whatever game you are into, the winning is when you actually have that shit. But y'all talking about these corporations like it fucking matters. Like I don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers. I don't. I highly doubt motherfuckers play games. I'm serious. I highly doubt motherfuckers play games like that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like, look, there's just a lot of things about gaming that I just don't understand. Like the thing about I keep telling people like sometimes motherfuckers so caught up in this fake console war that they speak a very specific console war language. And if you're not with it, you just see it. You know what I mean? You could see it in front of you. Like, why y'all talking this way? You know what I mean? Like just the way y'all talk is just goofy. Like y'all talk in W's and L's. Y'all don't even talk like normal people. You know what I mean? Y'all talk in terms of W's and L's, and it doesn't matter what it takes to get that W. You're gonna try to get it. You know what I mean? Exactly, Corey. Motherfuckers out here really just asking to for their side, quote unquote, for their side to win. Because have you noticed motherfuckers like refer to Microsoft as us? Like when they say, "Oh, we got this, that, y'all got," like they say it like I'm Sony or something. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a part of the Sony staff. Like y'all, like I'm a part of the fucking development team or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just ingrained in them to a point where this shit has fucking infected motherfuckers and actually caused y'all to act a way that normal motherfuckers wouldn't. It's the oddest shit I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. That's why I say I miss the console war, because this the one that we have right now isn't real. The one we have right now is fake as fuck. I think Phil is mainly to blame for that. To be really honest with you. Um, and as far as like just out here just putting fake information out just to put fake information out, you know what I mean? I see a lot of motherfuckers doing that shit. I just really don't understand. You act like motherfuckers like that shit is just not gonna come out to the light sooner than later, because it's gonna happen, because what's real is gonna be real and what's not's gonna not be. Like I don't know why motherfuckers coming up with misinformation for what? This is a brand new generation, bruh. It's the weirdest shit to me. It's this brand new generation. Motherfuckers out here still and the professional motherfuckers that do it. Like, and when I say professional, I don't actually mean professional. I mean motherfuckers who I feel like live on this. Like what's that dude's name? Astra, whatever the fuck his name is. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, then y'all don't know, and it doesn't matter. It's cool. But homie's super weird, super weird, and I don't know, man. It's there's a lot that's weighing on me that I have to actually figure out how to put together, right? To discuss it with y'all. But as of right now, man, the gaming space moving forward, I feel like a total pony saying this, but it's true, man. Get yourself a PS5 and a PC and like a Nintendo Switch, and you sell it, right? You know what I mean? Me, to be honest with you, I don't care for the narratives and the bullshit and the nonsense that most motherfuckers spew. Stuff like you gotta own all systems to be a true gamer. Fuck y'all. Fuck all that nonsense. I buy what I want. I play what I want. You know what I mean? I buy what I want. I play what I want. I don't have to prove shit to none of y'all motherfuckers, right? I don't have to prove shit to nobody. I don't have the energy for that. Y'all out here like expecting me to explain to y'all why I only bought one system, because it satisfied what I'm looking for when I'm trying to game. That's my answer. And those other systems does not. If you need me to get into specifically why not, then I can tell you. But the simple answer is that, right? Xbox isn't doing it for me. It's not like I hate them. It's just they're not doing it for me. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just a dude that buys shit and use it. You just need to make shit that I want to buy. You know, the biggest thing that I've been hearing about this Xbox shit is Phil's the savior of gaming because he gave us Game Pass. And I'm thinking to myself, why? you you want to pay less for games. You think that's a W. I mean, to motherfuckers who don't want to pay shit for to get shit, right? That's just not how it works in life. It's hard to complain about anything when you fucking paid, a couple of dollars for a service and the game ain't good. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? I mean, you paid a couple of dollars. What is there to complain about? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. There's always a give and a take. Nothing is free. You know what I mean? There's always a cost to it. And are you willing to pay that or not? I'd rather pay money value for a good experience than pay with fucking annoyances. You know what I mean? Or a not so good experience. I think that's it, man. I feel like I have more to say. It's just, once you sit down and do one of these, all that shit just like fly out your head and you can't remember shit. Can't fucking remember shit about what you're trying to say. But that's basically how I feel, man. I feel like motherfuckers just lost their way. I don't even know how to explain that shit. You know what I mean? I think Corey gets it, man. Like I'm just saying, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. I feel like motherfuckers lost their way. They just arguing over the pettiest shit, or not even understanding what they're arguing for or against. They just know that they need one company to win for whatever reason, and it's against their interests. I don't know why they would want to do that. Shit's either a problem or it's not. Right now, the only thing I see from dudes who speak in favor of Xbox, let's just say, right? Either a damage controlling, or they're doing like really goofy shit. Like they'll find like a random shit of something that happened on someone's PS5 and they post it like as if that fucking changes anything. You know what I mean? Like if you show someone who had a fuck up, you know, glitch on Miles Morales, right? Does that change anything about the circumstances of your system and where we're at this point? This motherfucker's brand new console, no new games. Buy a brand new console for Game Pass looking ass motherfucker. Like what are you talking about? As if this one dude who have that one glitch in this game can't shut that bitch off, turn it back on, and shit be smooth again. But when he does that and shit's smooth for him again, your shit is still all fucked up. Why are we doing this? And no system is perfect either. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And the thing is, I don't talk usually about, you know, Xbox and shit because I don't have one and I probably won't have one anytime soon, right? And it's like if I don't discuss it, then it's like, well, how come you never mentioned the Xbox? And if I do mention it, then why you always hating? Well, shit, dog, it's one or the other. Like you can't. I don't know what to tell you. Like these are my true feelings. Like what do you want me to do about it? You know what I mean? What the fuck do you want me to do about it? If you like know me at all, you would know the type of games that I like, right? You tell me what on Xbox would get me to actually buy that bitch. The type of shit that I'm into. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like everything they stand for, I am against. And it's not because I just hate them. It's just I am against those ideas. I am against games as a service because like I said, nothing is free. And I don't mean games as a service is free. You still gotta pay for that bitch. What I mean by game like nothing is free is there's always a give and a take. It doesn't have to be about monetary value either. It doesn't mean like money. It doesn't mean like you have to pay more money. No, sometimes you pay more in headaches and fucking misery. You feel me? Like just fucking forever for the rest of your life you have to pay on the service because as soon as you cut that bitch off, you no longer have these games. The wildest shit I've ever seen, and I don't care if it's PS Now or PS Plus or whatever. I have PS Plus by the way, and I have not used. Well, let me take that back. I've used one free game that they gave us over the years. Detroit Become Human was the only free game I ever, and it wasn't really free because I paid for fucking PS Plus. But Detroit was the only game ever. I have not touched any other one because I usually just buy them. By the time they're on PS Plus, they're like a year or two old at least. And by then, I would have at least played it if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Fuck those services, dude. Fuck all of that. You don't just pay. There's a lot of things you can pay, not just money. You feel me? And I don't want to pay all that. I'd rather pay money. I'd rather put a monetary value on my experience and pay y'all that and actually get that in return. Get a solid $60 or $70 worth of gaming in. You know what I mean? No bullshit, no extra shit. I just want a solid experience and I'll pay that. I think it's worth that. Right? I think it's worth that. And I feel like that's fair. That's good for the machine. You know what I'm saying? I pay y'all some money. Y'all make some shit I like, and you know what I'm saying? We both happy. That's where the industry can keep moving forward. But motherfuckers out here nowadays, they don't speak like they're fucking gamers. They speak like they are cheerleaders for like a flag. You know what I'm saying? For a Microsoft flag or a PlayStation flag or a PC flags, and you motherfuckers exist. Be honest with you, I'm not a fan of any PC motherfuckers that open up their mouth and say some shit about PC while two console motherfuckers are talking to each other. Why the fuck are you even in that conversation? I feel like that type of shit is motherfuckers need attention for whatever reason. Shut your ass up and play your fucking PC. These motherfuckers are talking console shit. You know what I mean? Does that sound like very ponyish? Because really, real shit though, if you hate PlayStation games so much, why do you talk about them going to PC so fucking much? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying all PC dudes, but those PC dudes. You know what I'm talking about. Them PC dudes that be doing that type of shit. You know exactly. As soon as I say them PC dudes in your head, you know exactly the motherfuckers I'm talking about because y'all experienced that before. Them motherfuckers annoying as fuck. I'm just being real with you. I mean, you shouldn't contest that. You shouldn't have to contest the fact that a PC that costs thousands of dollars run better than a fucking $500-600 system. I mean, but you're sweating now, right? Fucking PS5 and the Xbox Series X are very impressive systems. You see, I mean, motherfuckers must think I hate Xbox or something. I don't. I think the Xbox Series, and of course, on paper, is a very capable system. So is the PlayStation 5. All right. Is it capable comparably to a fucking PC that costs thousands of dollars? It better not. It better not. Otherwise, what the fuck are y'all paying for, right? Y'all better have a better experience. That shouldn't be even a contest. Why the fuck are you in that conversation? And let's keep it 1,000 here. The reason why is because most of them motherfuckers feel inferior as fuck because they might be PC dudes, but they are not the PC dudes that have the tech that is better than the PlayStation 5. I know plenty of motherfuckers that play on PC that have specs that is better than the PlayStation 5. I podcast with some of them, and I know some of them in real life. And let me tell you, them motherfuckers don't act that way. If you got a big dick, you ain't gotta talk about it all the damn time. You ain't gotta bring up how big your dick is if your dick is big. You know what I'm saying? Them hoes would know. Them hoes would know. You feel me? On some Game of Thrones shit back when Game of Thrones was good. If you king, you ain't gotta tell nobody you king. They would just know that shit. You know what I mean? Be easy and relax. Y'all out here doing way too much with that shit. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I really don't like the. I think the industry as far as gaming is concerned is actually in a pretty good space. There's different flavors for everybody, right? If you're down for some mobile shit, you'll probably fuck with a phone or a Nintendo Switch. if you enjoy a you know a varied fucking genres of gaming on a solid platform, you'll probably go with a PlayStation, right? And if you're price conscious and you want to get the best quote unquote value, you can get an Xbox. Am I being disrespectful when I describe them that way? Am I wrong? So there is something for everyone, for every mindset that's out there right now, right? I mean, that's the fucking marketing that Xbox is doing. Like, but when I say it, it sounds like disrespect on it. But it's facts, is it not? Like they're according to them and motherfuckers who cheerlead for them, they are the most customer friendly fucking gaming division there is, right? The most fucking customer friendly shit ever. And they provide the best value. That's why they're worthwhile, right? So I'm not saying that disrespectfully, but it sounds that way because at the end of the day, it is. That's what y'all getting. Y'all getting value. And it's not really even value. Because trust me, I use the word value all the time during work hours. And value, at the end of the day, is the worth in which your money is paying for. And you see, the value of each shit is different for different people. I can't really call it like that, right? But paying what is it, $15? Like I don't know how much Game Pass is, right? But Game Pass, as far as value is concerned, you say the reason why is because it has this many games for this much money a month, right? Because the number of games are so abundant and the number that you have to pay is so small, that's where the value is. That's not what value is. Value is when you pay for something that is worth that amount that you pay for. I don't know how much Game Pass is. Let's just even say it's $10 a month. Is it $10 a month? I don't know. I feel like $10 a month is what it seemed like, or is it 15 or some shit? I know that for a long time you was able to get it for like $1 or some shit, right? But normal pricing is like $10 or something, ain't it? And that like somebody tell me because I have no idea. You know I don't fuck with it. I don't even know what PS Now is either. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck PS Now is either. But value is what you get for your money. And if you think just because you get a lot of games, it's worth the value of your money, then you're fucking ridiculous. Because it could all be mostly shitty ass games or old ass games, which is definitely true. I'm not saying it disrespectfully. Any list of things would be like that. That's why I canceled Netflix because realistically, most of the stuff on Netflix I don't watch. There's only a few things on Netflix I watch. And it would be the same thing with PS Now or Game Pass. There will be a few games that I might fuck with, and the hundreds and hundreds of other games that's on there I wouldn't even touch. So realistically, I'm paying $10 a month to play 5, 6 games maybe in the course of how many years? And just because they add extra games, it doesn't mean those are the games that I would enjoy anyways. You feel me? Or you even. Everyone is like that. Like, no, I don't think there's any gamer that plays every genre of games. I don't. I think there's just a certain genre that every one of us don't fuck with, and it's not the same for all of us, right? I don't really fuck with RTSs like that. I don't, right? I don't at all. But I'm sure there's plenty of motherfuckers that play mostly RTSs and a little bit of other shit, right? I'm not into platformers like I used to be. That's why I wasn't super hyped about, Astrobot. Astrobot's fun. I ain't gonna front. Like it's actually really enjoyable, but I wasn't really. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play Astrobot like that when I got the PS5. That's not the game I thought of when I was thinking to play on the PS5, right? It's a weird process to be like a weird process that you go through after you fucking like sit back and just watch the way motherfuckers talk to each other. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, man? Like everything y'all say is like really dumb and lame at this point, man. Like this console war is supposed to be for us, not for them. Like why did y'all let them take it? You feel me? Like do you understand what I'm saying? Console war is supposed to be for us, not for these corporations. It was supposed to be for us. It's supposed to be healthy. It's supposed to be good for us, not fucking each other up like this. And what I mean by fucking each other up like this is when you're when you're fucking discussing shit with motherfuckers and you make up stuff, then you're lost, bro. You're not you didn't lose. You are lost because you don't even know what you're fighting for anymore. Like why? Why are you doing this to yourself basically? It's a sad sight to see, to be honest with you, because now like I don't even know how to like talk to motherfuckers. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Like I don't know how like to explain it. I don't know how to talk to motherfuckers. What do we even like? What do I even say to these mom? Like, because like you could say everything, and they'll actually take the things that you say and twist it just to keep arguing with you because they need you to know that Microsoft is the shit or PlayStation is the shit, whatever fucking platform it is. Because I see PlayStation motherfuckers out there doing it too. They don't have to do it that hard because PlayStation is killing it right now, so they don't have to be weird. But I've seen the PlayStation dudes do some weird shit, man. We're not above it. You know what I'm saying? This isn't about just Xbox. This is just about being weird in general. Like this console war is not real anymore, and that's why y'all so weird. If it was real, y'all wouldn't be this weird, man. I just wish motherfuckers would actually just sit back and just evaluate the shit that they've been doing and saying, man. We need to be able to do better than this because if if you can't handle the real shit when it comes to console war shit, man, like what can you handle in real life? Like this shit's ridiculous. Damn, it's 10:30, man. Like I think I'm good, man. I wasn't really trying to rant. I don't even know what this fucking. I think mostly I just want to talk about the PS5, but there's other shit that's on my mind, and I'm just not able to put it into words as well as I want. But I'm sure on the oncoming weeks it'll get better. I'll figure it out. I just came back from being extra sick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like at full capacity, but I'm sure, you know what I'm saying. Last time I told y'all I'm not gonna pull a 2 month hiatus or nothing. So I kept my word. I was back in 3 weeks. I would have been back in 2 weeks if I wasn't sick as fuck and the PS5 didn't come out. You know what I'm saying? But it did. So as I recovered, I was playing PlayStation instead. But I probably would do next week, if not then the week extra, like after at least, because there's still things I want to talk about, but I'd rather at least meditate on it because I don't want to ramble and not get to a certain point. I feel like sometimes I just ramble on, and I don't know why motherfuckers sit here and just listen to me ramble about shit. Just like now, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's good to end it here, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Corey, you know what I'm saying? Magnificent. Kumu, shit. Josh. Short, curly ass, bangs having ass motherfucker, logical nonsense in them. I mean, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'll try to be more frequent. It's just it's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's hard as fuck to be consistent with this shit because life shit's actually sometimes more important. But yeah, man. I don't know if something happened to my YouTube because I haven't seen some like anyone say shit in the last like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But probably not. So I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'll see y'all on the next one.